These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Mitsrayim with Yakob, each with his household: Reuben, Simeon, Levi and Yehuda, Issachar, Zebulun and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. All the descendants of Yakob were 70 persons. Joseph was already in Mitsrayim. Then Joseph died, and all his brothers and all that generation. But the people of Israel were fruitful and increased greatly. They multiplied and grew exceedingly strong, so that the land was filled with them. Now there arose a new Pharaoh over Mitsrayim, who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, "Behold, the people of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply. And if war breaks out, they join our enemies and fight against us and escape from the land." Therefore they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. They built for Pharaoh store cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and the more they spread abroad. And the Mitsrayims were in dread of the people of Israel. So they ruthlessly made the people of Israel work as slaves, and made their lives bitter with hard service, in mortar and brick, and in all kinds of work in the field. In all their work they ruthlessly made them work as slaves. Then Pharaoh of Mitsrayim said to the Hebrew midwives, one of whom was named Shiphrah and the other Puah, "When you serve as midwife to the Hebrew women and see them on the birth stool, if it is a son, you shall kill him, but if it is a daughter, she shall live." But the midwives feared Elohim and did not do as the king of Mitsrayim commanded them, but let the male children live. So Pharaoh of Mitsrayim called the midwives and said to them, "Why have you done this, and let the male children live?" The midwives said to Pharaoh, "Because the Hebrew women are not like the Mitsrayim women, for they are vigorous and give birth before the midwife comes to them." So Elohim dealt well with the midwives. The people multiplied and grew very strong. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families. Then Pharaoh commanded all the Hebrew eldest boys to be thrown into the Nile. Now a man from the house of Levi went and took as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took for him a basket made of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch. She put the child in it and placed it among the reeds by the riverbank, and his sister stood at a distance to know what would be done to him. Now the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, while her young women walked beside the river. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her servant woman, and she took it. When she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby was crying. She took pity on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call you a nurse from the Hebrew women to nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." So the girl went and called the child's mother, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." So the woman nursed the child. During those many days the king of Mitsrayim died, and the people of Israel groaned because of their slavery and cried out for help. Their cry for rescue from slavery came up to Elohim, and Elohim heard their groaning, and Elohim remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Yitzhak, and with Yakob. Elohim saw the people of Israel, and Elohim knew. Now Moshe was keeping the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian, and he led his flock to the west side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of Elohim. And the angel of Hashem appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. He looked, and behold, the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. And Moshe said, "I will turn aside to see this great sight, why the bush is not burned." When Hashem saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called to him out of the bush, "Moshe, Moshe!" And he said, "Here I am." Then he said, "Do not come near. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground." And he said, "I am the Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yakob."